Step 1, first we are supposed to write down what we are going to invent, in what way we are inventing, what type of product or what goods we are inventing. About that, first we are supposed to write down. The invention must be used for the society benefit and for the industrial benefit and for the development of the country or the world, but not for only the personal purpose. The process of looking into your invention and examining it, that is called patent prosecution. Hello everyone, I am Arun Kumar, lecturer in Department of Commerce and Management, Vidhyaashram First Grade College, the Temple of Excellence, Mysuru. Dear students, welcome to this new session number 4 on unit number 4, that is economic laws. So in the earlier session, dear students, we were discussing about the intellectual property rights, that is IPR, and we also started the discussion about what is patent, when the Patent Act came into existence in India and how it is amended, and in patent what we are going to do, for what the patent will be given, who will give the patent, and what right the patent will be giving to the inventor of any inventions. So about this we discussed in the earlier session. So now dear students, in this session we will be continuing with the topic Patent Act 1970. So in the earlier session we discussed about again Patent Act 1970, the meaning and the test they are supposed to pass to get the patent. So in this session we will be discussing about the procedure of patent. That means the procedure involved in taking the patent. So if you want to take a patent, so what and all the procedures you are supposed to follow, in what way you are supposed to approach the government, so when the government will be giving you the patent. So about this we are going to discuss in this particular session. So if you look into the procedure, the step 1 is all about write about inventions, that is idea or concept with each and every detail. That means step 1, first we are supposed to write down what we are going to invent, in what way we are inventing, what type of product or what goods we are inventing. About that, first we are supposed to write down. So collect all information about your invention, such as, that means what invention you are going to do, you are supposed to write down each and everything, and you are supposed to collect the information relating to that information. Those informations are field of information, that means the field of invention, that means in which field you are doing the invention, whether in the manufacturing field or in the technology field or in any other medical field or in agriculture field, in which field you are doing the invention, that thing you are supposed to write down first. Next, what does the invention describe? Yes, so what does that invention describe? What the invention says, that also you are supposed to write down. And how does it work? In case if you are going to invent a product, manufacture a product, on what way it's going to work, about that you are supposed to write down in detail in step 1. And also benefits of inventions, that means what and all the benefits we have in case if you invent that product, what benefits the society will get, what benefits the government will get, what benefits the world will get if you invent that product. About this all you are supposed to give in detail information in writing in step 1 in the procedure of getting a patent for a particular invention. So if you worked on the invention and during the research and development phase, you should have some called lab records which are duly signed with the date by you and the concerned authority. Yes, along with the information relating to your invention, you are supposed to give the details about the research and development took place with respect to that invention, and that full statement of research and development should be signed by you as well as by the concerned authority for the research and development of the invention. So this many information you are supposed to give in step number 1 of procedure to get patent. Next, if you look into the step 2, in step 2 it must involve a diagram, drawing and sketch explains the invention. Yes, first you are going to give in step 1, you are going to give the information in writing in detail about what you are going to invent. In step 2, you are going to give the diagram of the invention. What you are inventing, the diagram of that invention you are going to give. So it involves the diagram or drawing or sketch explains the invention. So in diagram or in drawing or in sketch, you are going to explain about your invention. So how many centimeter is that? What is the weight of that invention, and what and all the materials you are using, what and all the inputs are there in that particular invention. About this all you are going to give the information, and the diagram and drawings should be designed so that the visual work can be better explained with the invention work. They play an important role in patent application. Yes, what and all the drawings and sketches are the diagrams you are going to give, that must be effective. So if it is effective and if the design is good and if it is visually good, so that it is going to be very effective to get patent with respect to your invention. So step 1, we give all the theoretical aspects in writing in detail about the invention. In step 2, we will be explaining them by the diagram or drawing or by the sketch of our invention. Next, step 3. In step 3, what we are supposed to do? In step 3, to check whether the invention is patentable subject or not. So in step 3, what they'll do? They'll check whether the invention, what invention you are doing, whether it is patentable or not, whether that is eligible or capable of taking the patent or not, or capable of granting the patent or not. So not all inventions can be patentable as per the Indian Patent Act. There are some inventions which have not been declared patentable. That is, inventions are not patentable. Yes, you can go and approach the government with your full information about your invention, but every invention is not patentable. So once you give all the information, diagrams, drawings, sketch, everything to the government authority, then in step 3, they will decide about whether that invention is capable of getting the patent or not, or whether that invention is eligible to get patent or not, or whether it is patentable or not as per the rules and regulations of the Indian Patent Act of 1970. So in step 3, they'll check out whether the invention is patentable or not. Next, in step 4. So in step 4, what we will do? Patent discovery. Patent discovery. In case if they decide that it is patentable, we will give patent to that particular invention. In step 4, they continue with patent discovery. That means the next step will be to find out if your invention meets all patent criteria as per the Indian Patent Act. If it is eligible for patentable, then they look into that whether your invention is capable or whether your invention meets all the criteria as per the Indian Patent Act. So we have some criteria in Indian Patent Act to give patent to any inventions. So they look into that whether your invention is meeting all the criteria of the Indian Patent Act. So in that, the invention must be novel. That means that should be a unique invention and the new invention, and the invention must be non-obvious. That means it should be very unique one and it should be a very improved one. In case if you are improving the existing invention, that should be very important improvement in that particular invention. And the invention must have industrial application. That means the invention should use for the society benefit. It should not be used only for the personal benefit or for the illegal purpose. The invention must be used for the society benefit and for the industrial benefit and for the development of the country or the world, but not for only the personal purpose. So if your invention is capable of satisfying this all conditions, then they'll move to the next step, that is step 5. So what this step 5 says? In step 5, file patent application. So in step 5, what we will do? We file a patent application with the government. So if you are at a very early stage in research and development for your invention, that means if you are already started the research and development with respect to your invention, if you are not yet invented the product, then you can go for the provisional application. It offers the following benefits. Okay, you can go for the provisional application. So you're going to filing date, next 12 months time for filing full specification and lesser cost. That means you can file the date and you can ask for 12 months of date to give full information about your particular invention, and it is a lesser cost way of applying for the patent with the government. Next, in step 6, publication of the application. Okay, so upon filing the complete specification along with the application for the patent, the application is published 18 months after the first filing. So what and all the information you are going to give, the applications you are going to give with respect to your invention, that application what you want to file about the invention, that application is published 18 months after the first filing. And if you do not wish to wait until the expiration of 18 months from the filing date to publish your patent application, an initial publication request may be made with a prescribed fee. The patent applications is usually published early as a 1 month form request. So here you're going to wait for the 18 months after your application is submitted with authority. If you want early thing, you need not to wait. If you don't want to wait for 18 months, then you can pay additional fees to the authority and you can request to prepone the review of your application with respect to the patent. That is step number 6. And step number 7, here in step 7, request for examination. So the patent application is scrutinized only after receiving a request for an RFE, examination. After receiving this request, the controller gives your patent application to a patent examiner who examines the patent application such as the various patent eligibility criteria. So once your application is submitted and once your application is moved, the patent application is moved, innovation application is moved. Okay, na? In case if your invention application is moved, and what that particular person will do, the particular person who receives the request for patent, he will send that application to the patent examiner. So what patent examiner will do, that person will examine your patent application with few steps. So what are the steps you look into? You look into the patent subject, about what you are doing, asking patent, on what basis you did the invention and with respect to what area you are inventing, and the patent subject you look into the person who examine the invention, and newness of your invention. So what is the newness in your invention? That is you look into lack of clarity and inventory steps, industrial application, and by enabling. So you look into this all factors. If he satisfies with this all the factors, then he'll say okay with respect to your invention. And the examiner makes the first examination report to the patent application upon a review for the above conditions. So once you look into all the informations what we see in here, that is the patent subject, newness, lack of clarity, inventory steps, industrial application, by enabling. By looking into this all aspects, what the examiner will do, the examiner makes the first examination report of the patent application upon the review for the above conditions. This is called patent prosecution. So the process of looking into your invention and examining it, that is called patent prosecution. And everything that happens for a patent application before the grant of the patent is usually called patent prosecution. So before granting the patent to a particular invention, the process involved, that process is called what? That process is called patent prosecution. Next, the first examination report submitted to the controller by the examiner usually includes prior art, that is existing documents prior to the filing date that are similar to the claimed invention and is also reported to the patent applicant. So that means after examining all the required things about the invention, this particular examiner, the particular person who examined the invention, that examiner, what he will do, first examination report will be submitted to the controller by the examiner. So the application will be submitted by the examiner to the controller of the Patent Act about the invention, and the same thing will be reported to the person who applied for the patent. So this process will happen in this particular step. Next, in step number 8, answer the objections. Yes, if there is any objection with respect to your report or with respect to your inventions, if the examiner have any objection for your invention or for particular product, then you are supposed to justify that. Okay, you are supposed to answer for that objections. So most patent applications will be receive some type of objections based on the examination report. So based on the examination report, the examiner will be objecting for few points and you are supposed to answer for those points. The best thing is to analyze the examination report within the patent professional, that is patent agent, and react to the objection in the examination report. So once the objection is raised by the examiner, it is better to go and take the suggestion of patent agent and to react to the examiner questions. This is an opportunity for an investor to communicate his novelty over the prior art in examination reports. Inventors and patent agents create and send a test response that tries to prove that their inventions indeed patentable and meet all patent criteria. So if the objection is filed by the examiner, then as an applicant of invention, you are supposed to go and meet the person who can give the solution, that is the patent agent. By taking the suggestions of that person, you can go and again answer to the objection of the examiner by stating that your invention is proper and that is capable of giving the patent. So this is what involves in step number 8. And step number 9, it talks all about clearance of objections. So once you submit all your answers for the objections raised by the examiner, the clearance of objection will appear. The controller and the patent applicant is connected for ensuring that all the objections raised regarding the invention or application is resolved and the inventor has a fair chance to prove his point and establish novelty and inventive steps on other existing arts. Upon receiving a patent application, in order to grant, it is the first grant for patent application. So once the problem is solved, once answer is given for the objection, then it is about the clearance of the objection. Once the objection is cleared, okay, once if you give all the required proper justification for all the objections raised by the examiner, then directly you can go with the next process, that is getting a patent for your invention. Next thing is the step 10, the last step. It talks about once all patent requirements are met, the application will be placed for the grant. The grant for the patent is not notified in the patent journal, which is published periodically. So that means once you satisfy all the required criteria for patent for your particular invention, then everything is okay, everything is cleared and everything is given approval. Then finally what will happen, once all the patent requirements are met, everything is clear, then the application will be placed for a grant of patent for your invention. So once everything is clear, your application will be considered and your patent will be given for your invention, and the grant for the patent is notified in the patent journal. So the grant for patent for your invention will be notified in the patent journal, which will be published periodically by the Patent Authority of India. So this is the long process of getting a patent for your inventions, and they might ask this question in your main exam for 10 marks or for 15 marks. So it is very important, and from the examination point of view, so you have to study this particular concept, that is the procedure for patent or procedure of patent. So with this, I'm going to wind up this session. I'll come up with few more new topics in the upcoming sessions. Until then, thank you all. Have a nice day. Namaste.